What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I have this huge mystery minifigure haul, I guess, from eBay, as you can tell by the box that it has come in. There's a ton of really cool minifigures in here that I'm really excited to get into. I forgot kind of mostly all of the other stuff, but there's a few main ones in here, which was the main reason that I did end up buying this, was for those minifigures. So I'm gonna get this cut on open. Oh, I probably should have done that differently just in case there's something friend. I don't want to cut the minifigures in there, but I think we should have it just like that. There we go. And now we can get into this minifigure haul. After we get all this paper out, all of this packaging out of the way, and we have the thing that we came here for, the minifigures. I'm gonna move this all off the table and then we can get right on into this unboxing. After I get all of the packaging, so much packaging, I guess it's well packaged. I can't complain about something being well packaged. It's better than the opposite. Oh, they're all individually bagged. That is, this is gonna be a bit more of a process than I thought it was gonna be, because each one of these is individually bagged, but you can see we have a lot of really cool minifigures in here. Some really nice ones that I'm really excited to get into. So without further ado, let's get right on into this unboxing. Now, we have a lot of minifigures to get through, so I'm just going to rip this open and get started. Now, unfortunately, these are all individually bagged, so it's going to take a bit longer than I thought it was going to, but that's okay. At least they are all nicely and, packaged, so nothing bad should have happened during shipping. And I'll just start grabbing through. There should be a ton of different things in here, so I am really excited. The first thing that I'm seeing over here is a Luke Skywalker with that nice new, shaggy hair from, I believe this was the Final Duel diorama, which is a really nice one. A pretty nice one to get and add to the collection. I have been trying to build up my collection of the original trilogy minifigures, so that's a nice one to add. Next up, we have a clone trooper right here. We have the Phase 1 Commander Cody, a really nice one. No accessories, unfortunately, but I do think that I have some extra ones that I can give him. A really nice figure, and this one is a nice one to add. Next, we have an Ahsoka right here. A pretty cool one. I think she appeared in a few sets, but nonetheless, it's still a nice one to add. That headpiece looks to be in good condition. And I don't know, I think the Season 7 version of From the Clone Wars Ahsoka is a very nice minifigure. Next, we have some sort of Death Star worker, I believe, or I think this is the person from Rogue One, maybe? I don't know. You'll have to let me know what set this comes in down below in the comments. Next, we have a nice Jedi right here. We have an Ayla Secura, a very underrated minifigure in my opinion. I think she only came out in that Republic fighter tank, so this is a really nice one to add to the collection, and one that, kind of becomes hard to find, as it did only appear in that one set a pretty long time ago now that I think about it. Then we also have this insanely large bag full of droids. We've got the Geonosis one right there. We've got, just some of the normal B1s. You've got some commandos in there, some of those Kashyyyk or the driver droids, and then some of the pilot droids. Just some really cool ones in here. Very good to add to the droid army. I am working on a droid army video that'll come out at some point soon, so this will be a nice addition to that. Next, we have a Scout Trooper right here. Once again, a nice one to add to beef up the army. Sorry, it's kind of hard to have the camera focus on these while they're in the bags. It's kind of weird. Next, we have a Phase 1 Gree, a very underrated clone in my opinion. A really cool one to add to the collection. A very nice one in my opinion. I like those green markings. Next, we have one of these Episode 2 style Phase 1 clone troopers. A nice one to add. We have a Han Solo as well. If it focuses, there we go. A good one to add to the Rebel army. Now we have some Kashyyyk troopers that I'm just going to pull them all out at once. We have 2 scouts, and I thought I just saw another one of these regs, but I don't know where it went. But we've got 2 scouts and 1 reg right here. Really nice ones, very great ones, and I'm hoping to get a remake of these guys soon, because in my opinion, they're really cool. They're some of my favorite Phase 2 clone troopers, so I'm hoping to get some more of those in the future. Speaking of Kashyyyk troopers, we actually have a Phase 2 version of Gree right here. A really nice one right there. This is the one with the gray little bands on the leg. I think there's also one with a tan one, and I think the tan one is more expensive if I'm not mistaken, but that is pretty cool that they have those 2 variants. I think now I have both, but very nice to get this one and add it to the collection, add it to the clone army, beefing it up a little bit. Next, we have the Commander / Pilot Phase 1 Clone Trooper right here. I wish LEGO would just give us some nice clone pilots, but we have not gotten them in such a long time. We have some other stuff right here. We have a 501st Clone Trooper without helmet holes right here. One of my favorite versions of the 501st, or probably is just straight up my favorite. I think this one's really nice. It's definitely the perfect Clone Trooper that they have put forward. Next, we have a Mace Windu. I believe this is either from the UCS gunship or the Republic fighter tank, if it focuses. Sorry if the lighting's kind of weird. I got a weird setup going on right now. I think this is the one from the Republic fighter tank because it has the nice arm printing. So this is a nice one to add to the Mace Windu army. For some reason, I have a ton of them, probably because I had a bunch of fighter tanks, but this is a nice one to add. Next, another Jedi. We have an Obi-Wan right here. I think this is from the Obi-Wan Starfighter. That's a really nice set. This will go nicely when that UCS Slave 1 comes out. So this will, Jango Fett's Slave 1. This will go nicely with that. I wish this figure had a cape. I think this figure would have been a lot better if it had a cape, though, I will say. Next, we have another Jedi from the Old Republic, a very underrated Jedi. We have Satele Shan. I think all of the Old Republic figures are pretty underrated, except for, the big ones like Malgus and Darth Revan. But I am trying to complete my Old Republic collection, and I'm actually very close. I just need a Darth Revan out of the polybag and a new Darth Malgus because my Darth Malgus's cape got ripped, unfortunately, when I bought it. So, I don't know, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Next, we have another Han Solo, this time in his Endor little outfit. This is a nice one to get. I think this is a good one. I think we're overdue for some more like Endor themed sets. Maybe, I don't know, I think the bunker could be a really nice one to get. There's just a ton of like cool options to get that we haven't gotten in a while. But I don't know, it'll be nice to see if they do that at some point in the future. Next, we have a Darth Maul right here. Very nice one. Darth Maul, one of my favorite characters, so this is a fine addition to the collection. A very nice one. I think this is the one that came in that dual set with Ahsoka, and I think it also came in a paper pack as well, or a foil pack. So that's a nice one to add to the collection. Next, we have a Clone Wars Yoda right here, a little goofy guy. A nice one to add, though. These are kind of... this one looks to be in really good condition. Most of the time, this back thing is all like messed up and cracked, but this one looks to be really good. So this is a nice one to add to the collection. Next, we have a Sand Trooper right here with the white pauldron. If it focuses, this is a really nice one with that nice helmet style and that big backpack. So this is a nice one to add to the Imperial Army. Another Imperial, we have just this dude right here, the officer. A pretty nice one, a very basic one, but it is nice to still add to the army. Then we actually have two versions of Boba Fett right here. We have this version with the nice little like scarf kind of thing, which looks really, really nice in my opinion. And then we also have an OG version right here. This is a very nice one to add. The OG figures, especially the Boba Fett's, just look really cool in my opinion. I really like that style for the helmet that doubles as the backpack. So it's a very nice one to add to the collection. Move those over here. And speaking of Jango Fett or Boba Fett, we also have a Jango Fett right here. If it focuses, there we go. A very nice one also to add. I know we're getting that new Jango Fett, but this should be a nice one. This is probably, I don't think this is the angry one. This is the smiley one. Came out with that snail droid set, which is a really nice one to get. Very happy to add this one to the collection. And we have another one of the Kashyyyk Troopers. I knew I saw one earlier. I know I'm not crazy. Another one of those to add to the clone army, which is really, really nice. We actually have quite a few clones to go through really quick. We have a 501st, another one of those 501sts. We have the Phase 1 right here in just that Episode 2 style. We have the Phase 1 in that 2008 style, the Clone Wars style, which is one of my favorite versions of the Clone Troopers. We actually have a few of that style of the clones. We have 3 of them right here, which is really nice to beef up the clone army. We also have the Gunner right here that came in that battle pack alongside them. A very nice one to get. And then I'm going to try and pull out all the clones just so they're out of the way. Let me just search for them really quick. We have a few left, if I can pick them all up. Oh, there's another Kashyyyk Trooper. We got a lot of Kashyyyk Troopers in here, which is nice because those are getting kind of pricey. So we have this other Kashyyyk Trooper right there. We have some more of the 501st. We actually have 3 different variations. We have the OG version, that same kind of 2020 style, and then the Jet Trooper right there. Very nice to beef up the clone army. That OG style is super nostalgic. I'm happy to see it again. And then we have the OG Phase 2 style with those little visor slits, a very nice figure in my opinion. We also have a Commander Cody in Phase 2. I think this is the best like named clone trooper that they have made in recent years. It's a very nice figure in my opinion. Pretty much perfect. Not really anything else that I could like think to improve on this figure, so I'm super happy to add one of these guys to the collection. And then just another one of these Episode 2 style Phase 1 clone troopers, a pretty nice clone trooper. I want to see more Phase 1 clone troopers. I feel like we're only really getting Phase 2s right now, which, you know, makes sense given the Revenge of the Sith anniversary, but I want to see some Phase 1s come back at some point soon. Now we're getting on to some of the more interesting stuff. Well, I guess we'll go for the boring stuff first. We have a Tusken Raider right here, a pretty interesting one. Tusken, I think this came out in the battle pack, I'm pretty sure, which is a pretty nice one to get. Maybe I'll have to do like a Tatooine kind of mock at some point, because I do have a bunch of tan bricks. We have Tan Wee right here. A nice one to get. Only ever appeared in that Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter set. So this is a nice one. I feel like this one could be worth quite a bit later on in a few years if she doesn't appear in anything else, because it is a very cool and unique minifigure. Next we have the ATTE driver, or AT-AT driver, not ATTE. But yeah, the AT-AT driver from the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, looking pretty nice as always. A very vintage figure, a very old one from my childhood. That whole Snowtrooper Battle Pack is very nostalgic. I remember when that was on shelves. We'll move all this forward so I can actually reach it. We have a Darth Vader right here. A pretty nice one with that arm printing. A very nice Darth Vader. Happy to add this one to the Darth Vader collection. One of my favorite characters from Star Wars is Darth Vader and Anakin, so that's a good one to add right there. Next we have a Cassian Andor from the Ambush on Ferric set. A very nice one to get, and I'm curious to see if this figure goes up in value when the new season comes out. So that'll be interesting to keep your eye on to see, you know, what kind of happens with this, because I know that the old ones, when the Andor show was coming out, shot up in value, and we'll see if this one does the same. But I think that set, other than being overpriced, was kind of overhated. I agree it was a bit overpriced, but I thought the set itself was really cool. So it's a nice one to add this one to the collection. Next, we have General Grievous is not focusing for some reason on the bag. There we go. General Grievous, a really nice one to get. I think this is the clone. No, this is the realistic version. The Clone Wars one is the tan one. A nice one to add to the collection. A very nice one. A fine addition to my collection, as he would say. A very nice one to get. Happy to add a General Grievous. I'm a big fan of General Grievous. Next up, we have a Princess Leia right there. Very nice one with that nice skirt piece. Now we're getting on to some of the core. Well, I'll get all the other ones out of the way. We have an Ezra Bridger right there. Actually came with his lightsaber. I feel like none of these minifigures have any accessories with them, which kind of stinks because accessories are fun, you know, the blasters, the lightsabers. But I think this is the first figure that we've had that had the lightsaber with them, which is nice. But Ezra, a nice one to add to the Rebels collection. I am trying to complete my Rebels collection as well, and I'm actually getting pretty close on the minifigure side. Not close at all in the sets, but this will be a nice one to add. Sticking on the topic of Star Wars Rebels, we have 3 from them. We have a Kanan Jarrus right here, if it focuses with the brown hair. I don't know, I'm thinking to complete my Rebels collection, do I need to buy a black-haired Kanan? Let me know down below in the comments. I know it's a different variation on Bricklink, but do I really want to... The thing is, the only exclusive part to that Kanan is the face, and do I want to spend, you know, $200-300 on a black-haired Kanan when I can just have, you know, this Kanan for like $10, not even? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if to complete my collection I need a black-haired Kanan, because I think the brown-haired Kanan does it for me, and I also have the version where he is blind. So, I don't know. Let me know if I do need that to complete my collection. I guess I kind of do if I want to say I have the full collection, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Right here, we have an Agent Kallus, a very cool one with his helmet. This is a sick minifigure in my opinion. Next, the last Rebels figure in here. Ooh, I'm so getting like tired of talking too much. We have a Hera Syndulla right here in that animated style, a very nice one from the show or from the Rebels show, not from the Ahsoka. I think both versions are really nice though. I think I like this version just a little bit more though. And then now we also have a Chopper. I can't forget about Chopper, the war criminal himself. A nice one right there to get and add to the Rebels collection. I do like this version a lot better than the one that came in the Ghost with Ahsoka. That one was just not for me. I was not a fan. Next, we have a Gar Saxton right here, a really cool one to get. Once again, one of those ones that I'll be excited to see, like, I don't know what kind of happens, because I don't think that we will get another Gar Saxton, and I think this is a really nice minifigure, so we'll have to see kind of what happens to him on the aftermarket, because I know he's a very hyped up one, but I don't think he's too expensive just yet. I think he only came out in the Mandalorian Starfighter, so it'll be nice to see what happens to this one in the future. And now we've got, well, after we get through Palpatine right here, we have this is just the one without pupil. Do they all not have pupils? I don't know how I feel about the no pupils. I think it works on some minifigures and others it looks bad on, but let me know in the comments how you feel about Lego taking away the pupils on certain minifigures, because I'm kind of divided. I feel like it's 50-50 whether I like it or not, but I think this is overall a pretty good figure. And then we have some cool ones to end out on. First up, we have a Saucy Tin right here in the Palpatine's arrest style. A really nice one to get. I really love that headpiece. It's a very cool one to add to the collection. Palpatine's arrest being one of my favorite sets, as you can probably tell by it sitting back there in all of my videos. Next, we have a Quinlan Voss. This is a really nice one to get, which is nice because I just sold mine, so now I have another one to come back in my collection. And if I do end up doing a Kashyyyk mock, he will be a very nice addition. So that'll be nice to use. And then we have our last two minifigures. I guess we'll go Jedi Counselor up first. A really sick one, a pretty expensive one, and this one will be really nice for my Old Republic collection. I'm trying to piece together, like I said, all of the Old Republic minifigures, so this should be a nice one to add to that, and hopefully complete it at some point in the future. And then lastly, I saved my favorite for last. It is a Count Dooku, unfortunately without his lightsaber. But overall, you know, Count Dooku, one of my favorite characters and one of my favorite minifigures, even though he's very basic. I'm really hoping to get an updated new version at some point, and I'm curious to see if they do remake him. Is he going to get a chrome lightsaber hilt? Because they haven't done chrome for Star Wars in quite some time. But unfortunately, no chrome hilt on this, which is kind of sad because it's kind of like an identifiable factor for the Count Dooku minifigure. But there it is, all of the minifigures that I got in this lot. Let me know down below in the comments which minifigure I got was your favorite. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.